White's army gather round. Listen up, Leeds faithful. Your boys got some absolutely mental news coming your way about our beloved Whites. And trust me, you're going to want to sit down for this one. We've got drama, we've got controversy, and we've got some serious questions that need answering at Elland Road right now. I'm talking about a winger who's got the stats to tear up the Premier League, but can't get a sniff of first-team action. A defensive nightmare that's got Sky Sports pundits pulling their hair out, and a verdict from one of the biggest managers in world football that'll either fill you with hope or leave you absolutely fuming. Before we dive into this chaos, smash that like button. If you bleed white, hit subscribe if you're part of the greatest fan base in world football, and let me know in the comments, are you feeling confident or terrified about this season? Because after what I'm about to tell you, you might be feeling both. The Leeds army deserves the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So buckle up, because we're about to expose exactly what's going wrong behind the scenes at our club and why one decision could cost us everything this season. This isn't just about squad rotation or tactical flexibility. This is about respect, recognition, and whether our manager truly understands what it takes to survive in the most brutal league in world football. The evidence I'm about to show, you will shock every single Leeds fan watching this video. Ready? Here's the first bombshell that's got everyone at Elland Road talking. Largi Ramazani, remember that name. White's army, because this Belgian wizard might just be the most underused talent in the entire Premier League right now. Daniel Farke's got some serious explaining to do, because while we're all watching our boys struggle to create chances against the big boys, we've got a $10 million magician sitting on the bench with the most ridiculous stats you've ever heard. Listen to this madness. Ramazani had the most shots per 90 minutes in the entire championship last season. Not just good, not just decent, the most. But here's where it gets absolutely mental. Leeds faithful, this lad had the highest XG plus XA per 90 in the whole division at 0.69. That means every time this kid stepped on the pitch, he was our biggest threat going forward. Well, meanwhile, we're watching Jack Harrison and Brendan Aronson get picked ahead of him week after week. Farke keeps talking about flexibility and training, ground performances, but the numbers don't lie. Ramazani contributed to 0.92 goals or assists per 90 minutes, the best in the league for anyone who played over 500 minutes. That's not a squad player, that's a game changer. The most frustrating part, he's turned down moves already because he believes in his club. He believes in US. Aris Thessaloniki came calling from Greece, and this lad said no because he wants to fight for his place at Leeds United. But 7 times out of the last 14 games, he hasn't even made it off the bench. 7 times! How do you explain that to a player who's statistically proven he can terrorize Premier League defenses? Even Tony Dorigo admitted the Belgian needed a strong preseason. But when push comes to shove, we're seeing Noah Okafor get picked ahead of him. We're seeing Manor Solomon potentially blocking his path. And we're watching genuine Premier League quality rot away on our bench. Farke says he can play both wings, that he's flexible, that he creates something from nothing. So why isn't he playing? Something's gotta give, and it's gotta give fast. Because if we keep wasting talent like this while struggling to score goals, but wait until you hear what happened when we face the real test of Premier League quality. It'll make your blood boil. The Emirates Stadium witnessed an absolute massacre. White's army and Jamie Redknapp couldn't believe what he was watching unfold before his very eyes. 5-0. Arsenal didn't just beat us. They embarrassed us in front of the whole world. And the worst part is, it was completely avoidable. Redknapp was sitting there in the Sky Sports studio, shaking his head in disbelief at what he called a major problem with our defending. Jurrien Timber had more space than a Sunday league player for his opening goal. And you know why? Because our entire defense got hypnotized by Gabriel Magalhaes like deer caught in headlights. Everybody gets attracted to him, Redknapp said. And I think that is a major problem. We brought in Anton Stash, Jaka Bijo, and Sebastian Bornau specifically to deal with set pieces and what happens. We leave Arsenal's danger man completely unmarked at a corner. This isn't League One anymore, lads. This is the Premier League, where mistakes like that get punished brutally. The stats tell the whole horrific story. 68% possession to Arsenal, 32% to us. They had 18 shots, we managed 3. Their expected goals was 2.82, ours was a pathetic 0.16. That's not competing, that's surviving, and barely at that. Victor Gyökeres grabbed his first 2 goals for Arsenal in the second half. And by then, our boys looked like they'd rather be anywhere else on planet Earth. Dominic Calvert-Lewin didn't even make the squad despite his Premier League experience. Another Farke decision that's got fans asking serious questions. But here's what's really grinding my gears, Leeds faithful. Farke confirmed before the match that we wouldn't park the bus, that we'd stick to our philosophy of attacking football. Noble intentions, but when you're getting carved open like a Christmas turkey, maybe it's time to adapt. We can't keep playing the same way against Manchester City as we do against Luton Town. The controversial moments kept coming too. That penalty decision that helped Arsenal build their confidence, the way our players' heads dropped after the second goal. The complete capitulation in the second half when we needed to show some Yorkshire. Grit! The Leeds faithful traveling to London deserved better than this capitulation. And with performances like this against the Big Six, we're making relegation look like a certainty rather than a possibility. But here's the kicker that'll either restore your faith or destroy it completely. Mikel Arteta himself, the man who just watched his Arsenal side demolish us 5-0, has delivered his verdict on whether Leeds United will survive in the Premier League this season. And Leeds Army, his answer might surprise you more than that. Scoreline! After tearing us apart like we were made of paper, after watching his team dominate us in every single statistical category, after seeing Victor Gyökeres score his first Arsenal goals against our helpless defense, Arteta was asked the question every Leeds fan is dreading: do you think Leeds will stay up? His response: I think so. I'm very complimentary of them. What I love is that they will maintain that philosophy from Monday. We all know the people fans they have behind them. Maintain that philosophy. Did you hear that, Whites Army? Even after watching us get obliterated, Arteta respects our commitment to playing football the right way. He knows what we know, that this club, this fan base, this identity is bigger than any single result. But here's the brutal reality check we all need to face. If we're going to maintain Farke's philosophy of playing out from the back and attacking football, we cannot keep making the same defensive errors. Arteta's right about our fans. He's right about our philosophy, but philosophy doesn't keep you in the Premier League. Results do. The controversial penalty for the foul on Max Dowman might have helped Arsenal send their statement to the league, but our statement needs to be made on a training ground in the transfer market, and most importantly by giving players like Largi Ramazani the chance they've earned with their performances. Think about this for a second. We've got a manager who just watched his team score 5 goals against us, saying he believes we'll stay up, while our own manager is leaving our most statistically threatening player on the bench. Something doesn't add up here, and it's driving every Leeds fan absolutely mental. We've got the backing of one of the world's best managers. We've got a fan base that travels everywhere and sings through anything, and we've got talent sitting on our bench that most Premier League teams will kill for. But respect from opponents means nothing if we can't respect our own players enough to give them the chances they deserve. Arteta sees something in this Leeds team that maybe we're all too frustrated to see right now. The refusal to compromise our identity, the unwavering support of the greatest fans in world football, the belief that we can compete with anyone when we get it right. So here's the question that's keeping every Leeds fan awake at night. Will Daniel Farke learn from this humiliation and unleash the weapons he's got at his disposal? Or are we going to watch our statistical superstars waste away while we slide toward championship football again? The Whites faithful deserve answers, and we deserve them now. What do you think? Is Arteta right to back us for survival? Or are we kidding ourselves after performances like this? Marching on together, but are we marching toward glory or toward another relegation battle? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, because this season is gonna be one hell of a ride.